PC turn on? Thank you. Cool. Timed that perfectly. What is up, G Crew? I'm Chris G, bringing you guys another video, and in today's video, we're going to be editing another photo. Before we get started, I just want to apologize. I took forever and ever to post another video. Reason is because I've just been busy with work. I went out of town. I went to Oregon for a good old week or so. And I've been working on a big project and it's taking forever, so probably won't be out on YouTube for probably another month, but I'm gonna try my best to make consistent videos again. Probably not every day, probably not every other day, but maybe once or twice a week. I'm gonna try my best. But if you are interested in seeing what I'm doing with my life or whatever, you can always follow me on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. Twitter I usually don't do much. Facebook, I'm usually just lurking in the marketplace trying to see what good deals I can get. Instagram is probably the best bet to go see what I'm doing. That and Snapchat too. So, but without further ado, guys, let's get started with the edit. Alright, so in today's photo, guys, it's just of myself at Oregon. I went to the West Coast at the beach, and it was beautiful for like a good hour or so, and then a bunch of clouds just came in out of nowhere and just destroyed the whole sun. Anyway, the sunlight was very good at the time I took the picture with my friend Christian, who actually flew me out there, so shout out to Christian. You can check him out. I'll probably link his Instagram down in the description below. But anyway, without further ado, guys, let's actually start editing. So first thing I'm going to do is go to the lighting tool and bring up I'm going to leave the exposures for a bit. I'm kind of rusty with this YouTube stuff, so forgive me, I haven't done it in forever. I'm going to bring up the shadows and the blacks a bit. I'm probably going to lower the highlights just to get more detail in the sky and the brighter parts. But yeah, I think that looks good for now with the lighting. Contrast, I'll probably go down the contrast just to bring up the darker parts. So my face, my shirt, you know, it's black, and I'm not black, but I'm pretty dark. So there's that situation. I'm gonna bring it a little bit warmer, just because I feel like when you look at the image, I kind of feel like the sand needs to be a little bit more orangey, and the sky is definitely already blue enough. There's a lot of clouds covering it, so I'm not too worried about that color. So now that we've done that, I wonder if the tint will do anything. No, I'm just gonna leave the tint alone for the most part. Vibrance, I can always bring up. Saturation, I'll bring up a tad bit. Hardly ever. I'm gonna go to the color mix tool, and I'm gonna mess with the orange because that's me, and see what I can do. So it looks like I'm very orange, so I'm gonna probably desaturate myself just a tiny bit. Yellow looks like it's gonna be the sandy part, and it's actually not. Okay, so I'm a little confused on why the sand's not changing color. So all I need to do is just make it warmer, probably like about 30. So if you're trying to get a color out of something and it's not working out, always go to the temperature tool and see what you can do there. So I noticed that there wasn't enough blue, so I'm gonna go put some purple tint into it. I'm gonna go back to the color tool and pretty much just not undo what I just did, but definitely mess with some of it. So I'm gonna bring all this back. Alright, let's see if the yellow messes with anything. Okay, so the yellow does mess with the sand, so I'm gonna saturate the sand a crap ton. The orange, it's mainly me. Dang, okay, I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna mess with the sky. This one's a pretty difficult photo for myself to edit with for some reason. I remember I edited this a little bit beforehand, and I remember having a difficult time, so I'm probably gonna bounce back and forth with the effects tool and just a bunch of different stuff and see what I can get out of it. But let's see, I doubt any of these colors are gonna mess with anything. Now they're not, so that's fine. Greens, there's no greens, but I'm just gonna kill it, because who doesn't like to kill a bunch of green? Alright, okay. I found the problem. So it was too much on the purple side, so I need to move it a little bit to the green side for the tint. Now what I can do is go back here and mess with these colors a bit more. So there we go. I can saturate that a bit. Go over here with the oranges. Oof. It looks like I'm like glowing, and I don't like that look for some reason. I don't know why it's being this way. It's kind of giving me a little frustration. It's giving me a headache. But with all photos, you just gotta be patient. You can't rush it. Like I said, I was going for certain colors, and sometimes they'll come at you. Sometimes they'll work with you, and sometimes they'll work against you. So you just gotta work with it, not against it. So let's mess with the texture tool. Wow, so when you bring up the texture, the water pops out a lot, which is dope. So dehazing it is actually helping it a lot. So like I said, I'm gonna be bouncing back and forth. I'm gonna add some vignetting onto there. Alright, gonna go to the color tool, gonna go to the blues. Blues are a little crazy right now. I think that looks a little bit better. So there's some blue at the very distant. Oh, I wonder if this will make it. Oof, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like the sky ends up looking too fake. I don't know. But it is what it is. I think the photo's coming out pretty good though, for sure. It's all subjective. Whatever you think is nice, whatever you think is good. I'm just gonna fix some of the color noise that was brought up in there. I'm gonna select myself, again using the selective tool, very useful in times of need. I'm over here trying to zoom on me. So I'm gonna add this brush tool, select my face, select my face, my body. I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger. There we go. Just gonna select myself and really add some, oops, not that part. So just that part right there. I'm gonna go to this one. I'm gonna undo the texturing. Probably like that. I think that looks a little bit better. So another thing I noticed is I'm not really centered, so I'm gonna go here to the crop tool. I'm gonna center myself more, so that looks a little bit better. I don't want too much sky, and I want all of that splash. So I think just right there is good. And I think that's it for this photo. I think it looks pretty dope. I don't know, you tell me in the comment section below. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Hopefully you learned something new in this video. Obviously I can't get all the colors that I want all the time. You know, usually it's better to pre-plan it. I kind of didn't know what I wanted to do with the photo. I knew that I wanted some splash and get all the particles in the air when I splashed the water. So what I had to do is I had to jump multiple times into the puddle and get myself wet, but it was pretty dope getting the photo and seeing the results. But yeah, guys, without further ado, I hope you had a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching this. Please comment, like, subscribe. Peace.